Hi everyone, today we are diving into a story that's not just about phones. It's about ambition, success, complacency and resilience. Well, this is the rise and fall of Nokia, one of the most iconic brands in history. From the late 1990s to early 2000s, Nokia was a king of mobile phones, connecting millions of people around the world. In 1998 alone, the company's revenue stood at $20 billion with a profit of $2.6 billion. During this time, Nokia was the world's top mobile phone manufacturer. By 2000, Nokia employed over 55,000 people and held a 30% market share in the mobile phone industry, almost twice that of its nearest competitor Motorola, which stood at 17%, followed by Samsung at 5%. Nokia had found a winning formula for segmenting markets by region, taste and price range, and designing phones that sold. Imagine that nearly 1 in every 3 phones sold worldwide was Nokia. Nokia was a powerhouse, contributing 3 to 4% of Finland's GDP in the 2000s. A single company having that kind of impact on country's economy. Incredible. As of 1999, the company operated in 140 countries. Let's take a moment to appreciate a company that once ruled the mobile phone industry, Nokia. In the year 2000, Nokia controlled 30% of the global handset market. This meant that nearly 1 in every 3 mobile phones sold worldwide bore the Nokia name. By 2003, its market share grew to 34.6%. And although it dipped slightly to 28.9% in 2004, the company quickly bounced back, climbing to 33% in 2005 and 35% in 2006. Then came 2007, the peak of Nokia's dominance. That year, it achieved a staggering 51% market share, meaning that more than half of all mobile phones sold worldwide were Nokia devices. This level of control over a global industry was unprecedented. Also, let's quickly take a look at its sales during its peak times. Back in 1994, Nokia's net sales stood at 30 billion euros. By 1997, just 3 years later, sales soared to 52 billion euros, signaling the company's aggressive expansion and growing global footprint. Then came 2000, a turning point. Despite Nokia's dominance in the mobile phone industry, net sales dropped back to 30 billion euros. By 2004, sales had declined slightly to 29 billion euros, but the company wasn't ready to step back. Nokia made a strong comeback, and by 2007, it had regained its peak, hitting 51 billion euros. In 2008, net sales remained high at 50 billion euros, but the smartphone revolution was already taking shape. Nokia's sturdy, reliable phones became a global symbol of innovation and quality. If you owned a Nokia phone, you were part of the worldwide family that trusted the tagline connecting people. But then everything changed. Nokia, the company that once commanded over 50% of the mobile phone market, far ahead of its competitors like Samsung and Motorola, suddenly found itself struggling to stay relevant. By 2013, its dominance had vanished, forcing the company to sell its mobile phone division to Microsoft. How did this happen? How did a tech giant that once led the industry lose its crown? And more importantly, what lessons can we learn from this extraordinary journey? In today's video, we'll explore the incredible rise of Nokia from its humble beginnings as a paper mill to becoming the world's largest mobile phone manufacturer. The reasons behind its dramatic fall, including strategic missteps, the rise of smartphone era, and its failure to adapt to changing market dynamics. Let's unravel the remarkable rise and shocking fall of Nokia. Rewinding to the 1980s, back then Nokia was already exploring mobile phone development, but it wasn't its main focus. The company was involved in everything from paper production to consumer electronics. That all changed in the early 1990s when Nokia made a bold decision. It sold off its other businesses and went all in on mobile phones. Jorma Ollila, Nokia's visionary CEO, assembled a team of ambitious, like-minded professionals. Together, they adopted an Anglo-American business model, prioritizing shareholder and investor-driven decisions. By the early 1990s, the company had fully shifted its focus to mobile phones and telecommunications. Then came the big leap. Nokia's earnings skyrocketed, growing by 385% in 1992 and an astonishing 510% in 1993. In 1998, Nokia achieved what once seemed impossible, becoming the global leader in mobile phones. The question is, how did Nokia build such a huge empire and dominate the mobile phone industry, capturing 50% of the market share in 2007? Well, here are the key reasons. Number 1, innovation and early market entry. Nokia launched some of the first commercially successful mobile phones such as Nokia 1011 in 1992 and Nokia 2110 in 1994 when mobile communication was still in its infancy. The company capitalized on the demand for compact, easy-to-use devices, refining mobile phone designs to be durable, long-lasting and user-friendly. Nokia played a crucial role in the development and adoption of GSM, Global System for Mobile Communications, which became the international standard for mobile networks. GSM enabled better call quality, text messaging, and international roaming, giving Nokia an early advantage over competitors. Let's take a look at Nokia's journey to mobile dominance. Built on series of record-breaking phones, each leaving an unforgettable mark on the industry. 160 million units of the Nokia 3210 were sold, making it one of the most iconic early mobile phones known for its durable design and the beloved snake game. 126 million units of the Nokia 3310 were sold, earning it legendary status for its nearly indestructible build and long-lasting battery. 250 million plus units of the Nokia 1100 were sold, making it the best-selling mobile phone of all time, known for its simplicity, affordability, and built-in flashlight. 150 million units of the Nokia 6600 were sold, a revolutionary smartphone of its featuring a VGA camera, expandable storage, and Symbian OS. 2 million plus units of the Nokia 7610 were sold, a stylish phone with a unique asymmetrical design and Nokia's first 1-megapixel camera. 10 million units of the Nokia N95 were sold, a powerhouse device with a 5-megapixel Carl Zeiss camera, GPS and multimedia capabilities. 150 million units of the Nokia 1200 were sold, a budget-friendly phone built for durability, long battery life and basic communication. 35 million units of Nokia 6300 were sold, a sleek and professional-looking device with a stainless steel body and a crisp display. 10 million units of the Nokia E71 were sold, a business-class phone with a full QWERTY keyboard, security features and email support. 4 million plus units of the Nokia N8 were sold, featuring an industry-leading 12-megapixel camera with a xenon flash but struggling against the rise of iPhones and Android devices. Number 2. Mastery of global supply chain and distribution. Nokia streamlined its manufacturing process, enabling mass production at lower cost. Nokia's strategy was not just about high-end phones. It offered budget-friendly models like Nokia 1100 and Nokia 1200 in emerging markets. It tailors its offerings to different economic segments, premium models for wealthier consumers and affordable durable phones for rural areas. This aggressive market segmentation allowed Nokia to capture a massive global audience, especially in India, Africa, and Southeast Asia. Number 3. Strong brand and consumer trust. Nokia's famous slogan "Connecting People" resonated worldwide, reinforcing its commitment to bringing people closer together. Nokia earned a reputation for making the most durable and reliable phones in the industry. Consumers knew that a Nokia phone wouldn't break easily, and even after years of use, it would still function perfectly. The company's commitment to delivering reliable, affordable, and diverse product that made it a household name worldwide. But then came 2007, a year that changed everything. Apple unveiled the iPhone, a sleek touchscreen phone with a revolutionary app-based ecosystem.
How are we going to take this to a mobile device? Well, what we're going to do is get rid of all these buttons and just make a giant screen. A giant screen.
Meanwhile, Google began developing Android, laying the groundwork for what would become Nokia's fiercest competition.
When I first met Andy, who was CEO of Danger, and I was working at T-Mobile, we also had another friend in common. His name was Rich Miner. And the three of us all believed that it was too difficult to get new products out to consumers in a timely fashion. And we thought the missing link was not having an open platform. And that's how Android got started.
Android is, basically an opportunity to make a better.
According to Market Watcher Strategy Analytics, Apple shifted 2.3 million iPhones worldwide during Q4 2007. That's just 10% of 23.7 million handsets, fifth-placed LG sold in the period. Sony Ericsson managed 30.8 million units, Motorola 40.9 million, and Samsung 46.4 million phones. Nokia sold a staggering 133.5 million mobiles. That left the Finnish phone giant Nokia with 40.2% market share. Samsung took 14%, Motorola 12.3%, Sony Ericsson 9.3%, and LG 7.1%. Apple took 0.6%, which isn't bad for a company that has been in the business for less than a year. However, let's fast forward a few years starting in 2007. Nokia's market share began a steady decline, with quarterly sales shrinking year after year. Take a look. Nokia started strong in 2007, holding a dominant 51% market share. By 2008, its market share slipped to 47%. Between 2009 and 2010, Nokia's market share dropped from 39% to 31%. By 2011, its share had fallen to 21%. The decline accelerated in 2012, with market share plummeting to just 10%. By Q1 2013, Nokia's market share had collapsed to 4%. Well, few companies in history have experienced a rise as meteoric and a fall as dramatic as Nokia. Let's look at the numbers. In 2008, net sales remained high at 50 billion euros, but the smartphone revolution was already taking shape. The arrival of the iPhone in 2007 and Android-powered devices disrupted the industry in ways Nokia hadn't anticipated. By 2011, the impact was clear. Nokia's net sales dropped to 38 billion euros, a significant decline from its peak. Just a year later, in 2012, sales plummeted to 15 billion euros, and by 2013, they had fallen further to just 12 billion euros. In less than a decade, Nokia went from an industry leader to a struggling brand, unable to keep pace with the rapid evolution of mobile technology. What was once the undisputed king of mobile phones had been overtaken by Apple and Samsung, marking the end of an era. The company reinvented itself, shifting focus to network infrastructure and 5G technology, proving that resilience is the key in the ever-changing world of business. Nokia's dominance in the mobile phone industry began to falter in 2007, marking a pivotal shift in its trajectory. The decline was gradual at first, but each passing quarter painted a grimmer picture. The iPhone's market share grew rapidly from 2007 to 2012, reaching 20% by 2012. At the same time, Samsung's shares increased from 5% at the end of 2007 to over 30% in 2012, while Nokia's market shares dropped from 51% in 2007 to 10% in 2012. What causes fall for a company that once controlled 51% of the global market share? Let's break down the key reasons. Number one, the shift from feature phones to smartphones. In 2007, Apple introduced touchscreen navigation in the iPhone, delivering a seamless user experience and a thriving app ecosystem, setting a new industry standard. In 2008, Google Android provided a flexible, open-source platform enabling brands like Samsung and HTC to flood the market with affordable, feature-rich smartphones. Nokia dismissed the iPhone as a novelty, overestimated the strength of its brand, and clung to feature phones and Symbian OS for too long. Number two, over-reliance on Symbian and delayed shift to Windows. Symbian was built for keypad-based phones and lacked support for touchscreens, cloud services, and efficient multitasking. This made it less advanced than iOS and Android, ultimately contributing to Nokia's decline in the smartphone market. Symbian's complexity discouraged app developers, while Apple's App Store and Google Play thrived, further weakening Nokia's position. Nokia's partnership with mobile came too late, as iOS and Android had already secured consumer and developer loyalty. Number three, poor strategic decisions. While competitors embraced smartphones, Nokia prioritized traditional mobile phones, failing to invest in touchscreen and software development. Unlike Samsung, Sony, and LG, which adopted Android, Nokia partnered with Microsoft's Windows Phone to stand out. However, the platform failed to attract developers and consumers, resulting in poor sales. These factors combined to erode Nokia's market share and brand relevance during a period of rapid industry transformation. In 2013, Microsoft acquired Nokia's devices and services division for $7.2 billion. Nokia's fall from dominance is a valuable lesson for businesses everywhere. Here are the three key takeaways. Lesson number one, adapt quickly to market changes. Staying ahead in any industry requires continuous adaptation to the emerging trends and disruptive technologies. Failing to evolve can quickly render even the strongest companies obsolete. In Nokia's case, it failed to adapt to the smartphone revolution led by Apple and Android. While the industry shifted to touchscreens and app-based ecosystems, Nokia clung to its Symbian operating system for too long, losing its competitive edge. Lesson number 2, focus on ecosystem, not just product. In today's technology-driven world, success depends on building a seamless ecosystem around product rather than relying solely on standalone offerings. Businesses must prioritize delivering a complete user experience. While competitors like Apple created a tightly integrated ecosystem combining hardware, iPhone, software, iOS, and services, App Store, Nokia's offerings remained fragmented. Its services were poorly integrated and lacked the scale and developer support. As a result, users were left without the seamless experience they desired. Number 3, maintain strategic focus and agility. Clear, decisive strategies and ability to pivot quickly are critical for staying competitive in fast-evolving markets. Nokia struggled with internal bureaucracy and slow decision-making. Even after recognizing the shift towards smartphones, it clung to Symbian OS instead of swiftly transitioning to a more competitive platform. This hesitation cost Nokia its leadership position. Nokia's meteoric rise and dramatic fall serves as a powerful reminder that innovation and success are the key to lasting success. Today, Nokia has shifted its focus to network infrastructure, 5G technology, and enterprise solutions, aiming to remain a key player in the telecommunications industry. Thanks for watching, and remember, every story has lessons waiting to be discovered. See you in the next video. Subscribe so you don't miss out. Bye-bye.